It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And Brooklyn finding themselves in a slide recently. In comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. Kenny, I'll tell you what.
What?
We've already seen some big matchups to start this season. It's very early.
Yes.
But in the real world, how soon do you start thinking about playoff ramifications?
Oh, you start thinking about playoffs from day one. The
Oh,
end
come
goal
on.
is always some.
But you're not thinking about
it's
where you
always
are.
somewhere
Hey,
in
right
your
now
mind.
we'd play these guys.
Yes,
you know.
always. I look at them in 5-game blocks. I would be like, hey, man, in these 5 games, we need to be here for the playoffs. After these 5, we need to be here. Because that's, if you don't, it could get out of control and out of your control.
I can tell just from his reaction of shaking his head that he's not buying what you're selling.
Don't listen to that jibber-jabber, Ernie. You focus on one game at a time. The rest will just take care of itself.
One game
So
at
you
a
go
time.
less than I do.
One game at a time,
I went
take care of
5-game
itself.
blocks. You went
and then if you
one
need
game
to
at a
make an
time.
adjustment, you don't wait. You just
When
make
did you
the
think about
adjustments.
playoffs, though?
When playoff time came around.
So not like early on in the season you weren't thinking playoffs
man.
like Kenny was.
Can't control the future. Only I can.
It didn't work that time. Nothing showed up in your hand.
Nothing.
It doesn't always work that way. What do you think this is, some video game? Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Nets are out of Brooklyn as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in today's game. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. You look at the Cavaliers. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
Exactly, and confidence so big in this league, Greg. You know that. You want to keep that upper hand against teams whenever possible. And you can see they've got that look in their eyes. I mean, it's time to get busy and go to work.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, LeBron James does not mind being a vocal leader. He said conflict was just part of the game for me growing up. I played outdoors, and if you didn't win, you might not play again for the rest of the day. Now I'm the leader of this team, and I expect nothing less than greatness out of all of us. I'm going to hold everyone accountable, including myself. Kevin?
And that's so great to hear, D.A. LeBron is a proven leader and champion, as we all know, expects to contend for a championship every year. Clark, how long into a season do you wait until win-loss counts really start to matter?
I don't know if you can put a specific timeline on it, Kevin, but I think you kind of look at the season in maybe 10-day windows or 5-game windows, maybe a month window. It varies from coach to coach. For me personally, I would try to look at things in 10-day to 2-week windows and then evaluate from that standpoint.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Carroll and Booker are your small and power forwards. And there's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Mozgov. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's his first foul. Here's LeBron. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. And LeBron throws it down hard.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Here's Kilpatrick. And the rejection by Love. And stolen by Booker. Here's Kilpatrick. Russell left side. Beyond the arc. Rebound Love. Wade with it. 9 points last game. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, you got to admire the mid-range game of Wade. Has this area of the floor on lock. I mean, incredibly efficient from here.
Kilpatrick passes to Russell. Here's Kilpatrick. Fires from deep. And it's Wade with the rebound.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
LeBron against Carroll. Love kicks to Wade. That's a pick by Love. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own. A dynamite 2-guard who is also a clutch performer.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Both free throws good from Wade.
And, you know, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets last season had the worst record in the league, just 20 wins. And, you know, having traded away their top draft picks from the last 2 drafts, there aren't any quick fixes on the horizon either.
Now, here is Russell. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Count that bucket.
Boy, he's so good at creating shots in that mid-range area. D'Angelo, a difficult guy to stay close to.
Here is Love. After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, Thompson a screen on Carroll. Near the 3-point line, it's Love. And another miss by Cleveland. And Clark, how does a team keep the right frame of mind amidst the lean years?
Well, you have to really have a long-term horizon, but at the same time, measure your progress and development. That's key there. And then you break it down quarter by quarter, possession by possession, day by day, week by week, month by month.
Wade dishes to Love. Over Booker. Good on the 13-footer. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Russell. Mozgov passes to Booker. He gets that one.
This is exactly what Booker does. He overpowers the opponent. He has no fear when he's inside like that.
Wade kicks to Love. Thompson a screen on Booker. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Thompson throws it down.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
With the pass. Nets trail by 6. Pass to Kilpatrick. Russell inside. Thomas is on him. Such a wide open look. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
And interesting, you know, Russell's jump shot looks something like a set shot, but that helps him maintain that good solid base.
Now here's Thomas. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. LeBron kicks to Love. Shot clock at 6. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Love's got his second basket.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Here's Russell. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And stolen by LeBron. Thompson a screen on Russell. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here's James, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going.
Now Wade, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. The drive by James. Oh!
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's driving inside, he's looking for the punch.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now, here is Russell. Booker with the screen for Carroll. Pass to Kilpatrick. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Now Love. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Thompson for the triple. Carroll against LeBron. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that lettuce at the line, man. Easy points available at the free throw line. You got to cash those in.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Kicks it out to Love. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
Kilpatrick passes to Russell. Booker is screen on Thomas. Russell misses off the right iron.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
It's the Nets now after LeBron James's miss. Here's Kilpatrick looking for his first basket still in this one. And that's collected by Love.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
James dishes to Wade. On the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 6, and there it is for him. Russell's got 8. And Nets coach Kenny Atkinson, before taking over in Brooklyn, a key assistant in Atlanta under coach Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, and you talk about the Spurs coaching tree. There are a lot of good branches on that tree, boy. Budenholzer spent almost 2 decades in San Antonio. Now his assistant in Atlanta, Kenny Atkinson, is the head coach in Brooklyn.
A different look now for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. Mon Shumpert has come in for Dwayne Wade. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And the Nets making a change here as well. Krabs checked in.
Love the hard-nosed attitude of Mozgov. Earns himself a bucket, plus the trip to the line.
Clark, there are a lot of great rim protectors right now in the NBA.
Yeah, there sure are. And there are a couple, though, that stand out to me. Gobert and Whiteside. I mean, they are just like octopuses in their ability to hover around that rim and challenge and change and block shots. Those two guys really stand out to me.
Yeah.
I also think you've got to consider DeAndre Jordan, too. With his athleticism, he's become better as a rim protector in his last few years.
Right. Now here's Shumpert after the miss from Jay Crowder. Rose kicks to Fry. They grabbed their own miss. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Rose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Cleveland.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
And it's Mozgov in the corner over Fry. That one's not going to go. And Cleveland will come the other way. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You got to be focused to do that, and they were. Jeremy Lin, an attack guard if there ever was one. He wants to play downhill all the time, explodes to the rim, and forces the defense to react to his drive.
And Lin's athleticism certainly is underrated. Back, in fact, Clark, when he played with the Rockets, they said he had the quickest first step they'd ever measured.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he is deceptively athletic, and he uses that athleticism at both ends. Defensively, he can get steals and blocks too, Kevin. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Lin kicks to Crab. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
LeVert the pass to Mozgov, and a wide-open look for Lin.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second-chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Smith outside. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
And not hesitating at all to pound it inside here early.
The Cavaliers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Brooklyn. And the Cavs over the last few seasons setting records when it comes to three-pointers made.
And really, they did a good job of surrounding LeBron with floor spacers. They doubled down on that when they got Channing Frye. And then when he and Kevin Love play together in the front court, the Cavs can bury you with their long-range shooting.
Here's LeVert. Wyatt so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Boy, that's just outstanding work from Hollis Jefferson. I mean, this is a guy that puts the team first in everything. Always looking to create the best shot on offense.
Now here's Rose, and here's Frye from the arc. That one misses. LeVert the pass to Lin. The feed to Crab. Booker is screen on Smith. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
The Nets shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Now here's Crab, covered by Smith. Out left to the wing. Here's the screen. Off the screen. Rebound by Smith. Cleveland leading by 3. Outside jumper. Now here is Smith. He's guarded by Crab. And he uses the glass on the layup. Smith's got his first points in this one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Lin. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Here's the teardrop, and it's good on the way in.
Boy, I really like how Lin positions himself. He's really good at getting to the hoop.
High inside, defended by Booker. Fry, good.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They set the pick. And stolen by Fry. Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Cram. Outside Rose. Just 4 to shoot. Crowder, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
Green inside the three-point line. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action after this word. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Jay Crowder out there with Green, and there's Carter. And it's Rose, and it's Fry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Now here's Lin, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lin's got 7 points in the game.
Booker does a great job not moving when he sets the screen. That's fundamentally sound work there.
Kicks to Fry. Pass to Rose from outside the arc. The shot misses.
I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second, and that one is good.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
Rose kicks to Fry. Back to Rose. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. The kick out to Rose. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Out to the right wing. Hollis Jefferson passes to Booker. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Make way and wake up. Hollis Jefferson getting it done in traffic.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
From the moment he set foot in the league, Rondé Hollis Jefferson has been an elite defender. That's his calling card. He's a terrific athlete, can guard really any position on the floor, except maybe some centers, but heck, I wouldn't even mind trying him against most of the centers for short stints. He's that good on deep.
look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. James comes in for Jay Crowder, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rose. And you look at the versatility of Hollis Jefferson. He can not only guard big men, he blocks. Whoa!
Hey, watch out now. Watch out.
And James being aggressive, just terrific at getting by his man when he drives inside.
Nets trail by 7. Outside, Russell. Booker with this screen for Russell. The pass to Kilpatrick. Just 5 on the clock. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Outside Thomas. Feeds to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Pass to Kilpatrick. To the inside. Second shot opportunity. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fella.
Here's James, and James throws it down hard.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty. An incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
Nets trail by 7. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, buries it from three-point range. Carroll's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Thomas against Russell. Thompson left side. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Russell? 18th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his shooting form at the line has been outstanding. Economical release, fully extends on the follow-through. He can close games for you. Nets trail by 6. He dishes it to Cram. And Carroll now atop the key. Thomas against Russell. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James outside. Over Cram. James, no good.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul for the Cavaliers. Kevin Love comes in for Green, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Carter. Now here's Mozgov. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
LeBron kicks to Wade. And it's off from three-point range. Nets trail by 6.
And Cavaliers fans have to be pleased with what the team got in exchange for Kyrie Irving. An all-star in Isaiah Thomas, a two-way starter in Crowder, and some talent for the future. I think they did well.
There's the pick. Left side, Love. Lays it up and banks it in. Love's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up
in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Pass to Kilpatrick. Down low. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness. And, you know, the Nets can't sell players on winning just yet, but they've created a top-notch infrastructure in the meantime, and they have a gleaming new practice facility, better accommodations for players' families during the game. Those little things are big things and make a difference.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Russell kicks to Mozgov. Dishes it to Cram. Second chance shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
You know, the Russian Mozgov is a really valuable big guy. Effective on both ends of the floor, and those guys are hard to find.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. There's Thomas with the three. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. We talk about the top-notch facilities for the Nets. You figure it signals their intent to be a top-notch franchise.
Well, you've got to invest in the development, and that means facilities and people. You've got to take care of your players and their families. That's important. And players really take note of those kinds of things. And if you're going to do it well, you've got to do those things right.
And here's Carroll. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. Love dishes to Wade. On the wing, James. He kicks it to Love. Mozgov with the steal. Down low. That's tipped. It's taken away by Smith. The drive by James.
And the fact that James is so aggressive here, constantly looking to score when he's in rhythm.
Nets trail by 7. Passes it to Kilpatrick. Tipped away. LeVert the pass to Russell. Mozgov a screen on Love. Russell kicks to Mozgov. Just 5 to shoot. Here's LeVert. The Cavaliers pull it in. They've led by as many as 11 points. No one near James as he lets it go. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Russell kicks to Mozgov. The pass to LeVert. Takes the three. They grab their own miss. Moves back up. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Cleveland.
Veteran move that time by Mozgov. Catches the defender taking a nap down there.
Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Outside, Russell. He feeds it to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
Bit of an oversized playmaking guard allows Russell to see over and around defenders. Great look there.
Rose with the ball. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Russell with a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Russell's got 11 points.
Sliding and gliding off the pick and roll. Russell makes the smart choice to take it himself.
It's a pick by Love. Rose dishes to Love. No good off the pick.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Russell with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. There's Lynn with the three. There's Mozgov. That one doesn't go. And Cleveland the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Smith on the wing. Over in the corner, Rose. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nets trail by 5. There's Russell with the three. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's the screen. Here's Rose. He feeds it to Crowder. It's tipped.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
And it's LeVert missing. Cleveland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Rose against Russell. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. Rose attacking. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Beautiful timing there by Mozgov. Converts off the miss.
Now Smith. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Pistons in Detroit. Rose. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
So both teams making some changes here. Seven seconds left in the second quarter. With 1 on the clock. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Derek, what's the most important thing on defense and how does that impact the offense?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting, getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. You got big second runs, shooters on the floor, so open the court up a little bit.
We'll see if you can keep the pace going in the second half, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel O'Neal. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Cavaliers leading. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, down low it's Booker and Mozgov. Then it's Damari Carroll. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard position. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Cavaliers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Wade, right side. Love with the screen for James. The dish to Love. Back to James. 6 on the shot clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pro.
And the dunk by LeBron.
Yeah, I like how James takes it to the defense. Even if they're all over him, he just muscles it past them.
Nets trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Russell, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Back to Thomas. Love with the screen on Russell. The feed to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Love. Rebound, Brooklyn. Booker's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Kilpatrick passes to Russell. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Pass to Kilpatrick. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for James.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
Trying to find Thompson, he gets it to him. Mozgov with the block.
Timing and sneaky athleticism, Kevin, allowed Mozgov to get to that shot.
Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. That's good from Wade on the assist by LeBron. Wade's got 9 points.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Nets trail by 6. Here's Kilpatrick. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
LeBron kicks to Thompson. For 3, Love. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 mates.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
Russell, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Love up top. Russell against Thomas. Inside. Out to Wade. Cleveland moving it around. Again, Love missing. Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Stolen by Wade. And stolen by Booker. Right wing. Looking to end his cold spell. And the shot is long.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. Thomas against Russell. Kicks it to Thompson. 6 to shoot. And it's Wade penetrating. Makes it off the glass. Wade's got the lead up to 11 now for Cleveland.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. And the Nets offense, Clark, looking to play up tempo. First in the league last season in possessions per game.
Yeah, and really trying to exploit and take advantage of their youth. Following the Spurs model, spreading the minutes out, trying to use more guys. I think it helps them play at that pace when you can utilize more players.
Thomas, no luck. Nets trail by 11. Here's Kilpatrick. And hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track. Kilpatrick's got 6 points.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against the guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Crab with the ball. Working on James. And the rejection by James. It's stolen by Carroll. Russell passes to Kilpatrick. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for D'Angelo Russell. Lin against Thomas. 2 points. That one goes. Nets trail by 9. Now here's Lin. 7 points in the game. Feeds it to Booker. Passes it to Kilpatrick. And the rejection by James.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Kilpatrick passes to Lin. Carroll for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 8 rebounds in this game. And here is Thomas. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And he makes that one. It's the Nets now. 11-point game. Down low. Stolen by Thompson. He dishes it to Thomas. Pulls up on the wing. And Thompson kicks to Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 7 points for Isaiah Thomas. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jay Crowder's checked in for Green. Smith comes in for James. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. To stop the run, here's Lin. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Lynn's got 9.
Gotta love the determined style of Lynn's game. I mean, he plays hungry all the time, doesn't allow the defense to dictate his shot selection, even at the rim.
The screen from Thompson. Rose attacking, shoots over Lynn. Out to Smith. There's the 3. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got 6 rebounds in the game. Lynn against Rose. The shot off that time, and Cleveland will come the other way. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Let's take a look at the players that have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. 4th, Tristan Thompson.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively. And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 08, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Booker dishes to Crabb. It's stolen by Smith. He kicks it to Thompson. Cleveland moving it around. Rose, no good. Nets trail by 16. Crabb with the ball. He's got 6. Dishes to Booker. And the layup falls.
And, you know, when you let Booker get free inside, Kevin, he finishes now. He's a big, burly presence in the paint who handles his business in there.
And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And there's the pass to LeVert. They set the screen. Drills it from outside. LeVert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep, a quality shooter when given room to fire.
Here's Rose. Thompson against Booker. Thompson passes to Carter. From deep, Rose. LeVert grabs the miss.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Lynn. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Timeout.
Lynn's got 11 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
You know, the Nets traded away their starting power forward, Thaddeus Young, in exchange for 2 draft picks. The big prize, Michigan combo guard and Ohio native Karis LeVert. He showed potential in his rookie season. I think he's got a bright future.
Love check in for the Cavaliers. Shumpert comes in for Vince Carter. Mozgov with the block. Here's LeVert. Tries again. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Mozgov.
The long strides of Mozgov. Once he gets churning and moving, he can really beat you down the floor.
Love kicks to Rose. Lays it up off the glass. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter. And LeVert taken with the 20th pick in the 2016 draft. Great versatility offensively.
Yeah, and he comes from good stock. You know, he's a Central Ohio native, so I've got to get that plug in for Mr. LeVert. He shows good decision-making skills and can play off the ball well, too. So This guy's got a lot going for him.
Rose against Lynn. Rose dishes to Love. Back to Rose. Pass to Crowder. From downtown. Kept alive. The kick out to Rose. Outside Crowder. He feeds it to Rose. Tries again. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Mozgov.
Yeah, Rose always been one of the best at getting to the line. The D has to avoid fouling in those situations.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. The free throw drops for Rose. Good on both. 7 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Lynn. A second chance effort. Mozgov off target. And so it's Cleveland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. It's the Nets now, down by 12. We've got Kevin Love, Jay Crowder out there with Smith. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Rose in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Mozgov passes to Russell. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Well, the Cavaliers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Crowder kicks to Rose. Over Russell. And it's Rose. This time the assist from Crowder. Rose has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Cavs. Nets trail by 14. Outside Russell. To the paint. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Double team on Rose. And stolen by Russell. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Boy, I tell you what, Russell is a problem out there. D'Angelo with the anticipation to flick it away and then kick off the fast break.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Outside Rose. Outside jumper. From deep, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. And the Cavaliers lead by 13. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Outside Russell, picked by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Shumpert with some nice deep. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Back to Smith, beyond the arc. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And Smith loves pulling up from 3. Never scared to fire when he's out beyond.
Picked by Mozgov. Russell kicks to Lynn. Charity stripe shot, and that one drops for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Love with the screen on Russell. Rose dishes to Love. Smith outside. 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. Rebound, Brooklyn. Mozgov's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Russell passes to LeVert. Offline with his 3. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. outside Rose. It's a pick by Love. To the inside. And the dunk by Love.
Boy, good job firing the pass inside there. I mean, all his teammate had to do was catch and finish.
Nets trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. James checked in for Smith. Dwayne Wade comes in for Shumpert. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rose. Picked by Mozgov to the wing right side. And the basket by Kilpatrick.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
LeBron outside. To the paint. Here's Crowder. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, wouldn't you agree? Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending.
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Nets. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Kilpatrick. Booker is screen on Wade. The dish to Booker. Russell against Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mozgov wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Russell against Thomas. There's the feed to Wade. Rebounded by the Nets.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
There's Mozgov. Love grabs the board. Love's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Thomas against Russell. Thomas kicks to Love. Over Booker. And off the front, and in it goes. 15 points for Kevin Love. Nets trail by 15. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Kilpatrick. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Love.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The first free throw is good.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Thomas. On the wing, James. Crowder sets a screen for James. Kicks it out to Love. Feeds it to James. Mozgov with the steal. Here's Carroll, and the rejection by LeBron. Outside, Crowder kicks it to James. Back to Crowder. Now LeBron. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the leadership James brings to this team is incredibly valuable. When things get tight, they look to the king to provide for them.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Crowder. Nets trail by 15. Here's Russell. Passes it to Mozgov. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
In the paint, that's where Mozgov generates most of his offense. Now he'll go to the line.
Good on the second free throw. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Thompson, a screen on Russell. Off the screen. Thomas, no good.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Thompson sets the pick for Thomas. Now the pass to Thompson, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Now, here is Russell. Booker is screen on Thomas. Booker in the post. Working on Thompson. No good from Booker. Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Thomas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
At the line for your Cavaliers.
That free throw good from Thomas. And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now, Clark. Do you think that the NBA adding another team or two is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Love outside. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 3 assists tonight.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
Yeah, and you really can't afford those kinds of lapses. I mean, not when facing a hole or a deficit like this.
James outside. Outside for Thomas. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. No good on the triple. Nets trail by 15. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LeBron James.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
And that one falls for Carroll. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
The kick out to LeBron. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Wade outside for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Kilpatrick. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Here's Thomas. Kicks it out to James. And James throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
But he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Here's Kilpatrick, outside Russell. Over Thomas. And the Nets miss again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of his position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Wade sets the pick for LeBron. For three, Love. Mozgov grabs the board. Nets trail by 16. Carroll kicks to Russell. Inside, stolen by Thompson. Thomas, it's a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 11 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, you can't let the opposition off the hook here. I mean, you've got to keep adding to that lead.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
To the middle, deflects the pass. Mozgov with the steal. Thomas against Russell. Here's Kilpatrick. Again, the Nets for two.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
1:21 left to play here in the fourth. Love with the screen on Carroll. Wade left side. 5 on the clock. And James gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. And it's now 26 points for LeBron. Nets trail by 16.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Cleveland.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for LeBron.
Well, he was swatting shots all game long. He really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Picked by Mozgov. Russell dishes to Mozgov. They double him with Love. Booker the pass to Russell. And that one, good.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done. Over. Fine.
And here is LeBron. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Kevin Love, and it sure seemed like you wanted to be aggressive in the low post tonight.
Yeah, I had a little talking to before the game. Wanted to get in the post a little bit more, get my feet in the paint, just get more intentional down there and try to get to the lane, get to the foul line, which I did tonight.
And it lets you get your defense set up as well. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you guys.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.